I actually posted on Facebook asking friends and family if they had any advice for good interview questions to ask. I got an awesome response. I couldn't believe there's about 30 people that reached out to me with suggestions, so I really appreciate that. Jeremy said, I like to ask, how do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And it's really funny that he had mentioned that because later that night, meeting put on by Wendy Patton, and she used that same example of making the PB&J. It's a funny question. Depending on the position you're trying to fill, you can see how detail-oriented that person is. If you're looking for a bookkeeper, you probably want them to be really detailed. If you're looking for a salesperson, you want them to be real to the point and straightforward. Josh said he was once asked to tell the person a joke. What did the Mexican fireman name his two children? Jose and Joseby. I thought that was pretty good. He didn't see that one coming, and he also didn't get the job. But I think for Josh, that was a great thing because he's now one of the most successful investors I know. He's got over 160 rental units. Paul asked if you had 8 balls of the same size and 7 of them weighed the same, but one ball weighed slightly more, how do you find the ball that is heavier using a balance and only 2 weighings? Which was cool. It took me a second to figure out, but that's a good one because, like he said, you can kind of make them sweat and then see how they problem solve through that. Tommy D, another successful investor buddy of mine, asked them if they think the Wu-Tang Clan is anyone to mess with. Thanks, Tommy. That's helpful. Jane said, ask if they see themselves moving up in company. So I thought that was really good because you can see if they're looking at it as just a job for some quick cash, or are they committed to doing a good job and hopefully moving up and growing with the company as it goes along. But my buddy Dave asked them, who is your daddy and what does he do, preferably in an Austrian accent like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Adrian had a lot of good ones. He's in HR and does this kind of thing for a living. What do you do if you disagree with someone at work? Have you ever made a mistake? How did you handle it? Charlie said you got to be careful because a lot of the questions are something that they can lie about. So you could always give them a task or an assignment and see how well they contain what you teach them. Mike, if you could choose one superpower, what would it be and why? It's a good thing to save that one for the end. This is a good way to wrap things up on kind of a fun note and interesting note.